Thank you. I'm going to focus on the factual findings from the EHO court decision because it reveals some powerful insights into Arlington County planning and processes that transcend EHO and call for CivFed action. Two findings in particular. First, on this massive rezoning, the court found the county failed to analyze the impacts on people and places that would be impacted. Second, the court found multiple dubious county practices that were not shared with the public. ASF formed in 2019 to urge the county to plan better. In particular, ASF urges the county to look before you leap. First, analyze the impacts of development for fiscal, environmental, demographic. Next. On EHO, the court found a lack of that. The county's missing middle was, quote, missing an analysis of the impacts at the neighborhood level where the EHO developments would occur, end quote. That is analysis ASF has urged the county to do for years on EHO and elsewhere. Next. To defend its failure to do its work, the county spent over $1 million of taxes on outside lawyers. Next. This was the third loss in state and federal courts this year over poor county planning. Next. In one, a federal court found the county failed to show its plans are physically possible, legally permissible, or financially feasible. ASF FOIAs show the county spent $1.7 million on trial and appeal to lose that case. Next. The EHO decision was a mixed one for sure, but the court found the plaintiffs won on substance, structure, and process. Next. But let's focus on what the court's factual findings tell us for future planning. Next. On sewers, the court found the county did no analysis on a localized basis. The county's chief support engineer knew of no documents considering the localized impact of EHO. Next. By contrast, Arlington residents know about localized impacts of sewer backups. Next. On stormwater, the court found the county did not analyze whether there would be any adverse effects at the neighborhood level. Here we see adverse neighborhood effects of stormwater at the neighborhood level from poor county planning. Next. Critically, it's not just that the county did no local analysis. County experts raised alarm bells internally that the public never got to hear about. Next. One example, the court found the lead staff member on stormwater wrote, next, I cannot state in strong enough words that this is going to be devastating to the already stressed stormwater system. Here we see the already stressed stormwater system in 2023, literally using boats to rescue residents from their cars. Next. The court found these concerns were dismissed or not considered for reasons supported by no study or evaluation, facts not shared with the public. Next. On lot coverage, the basic premise was it's the same footprint, so no problem. Next. Internally, staff were saying that's wrong and that single-family homes typically don't maximize lot coverage. Next. By contrast, a county report this year found most EHOs are maximizing lot coverage. Next. Perhaps most concerning is how the county board used its one and only consultant that it hired to advise it on EHO. On the eve of trial, the board fought to keep its own consultant out of court. They lost. So what were they trying to keep out? Next. The court found that at early meetings with senior county staff, the consultant, next, quote, was instructed to avoid disagreement with the staff of the county because the public will FOIA it, end quote. Let that sink in. Next. Here's the consultant's handwritten notes. Avoid our recommendations disagreeing, will FOIA it. The court found that was also not shared with the public. What else? Next. The county premised EHO by saying its consultant said EHOs would be dispersed. The court found this was contrary to what the consultant actually determined and a fact not shared with the public. Next. We know from reality EHOs were not dispersed, as this map from Arlington economist Michael O'Grady shows. Next. The county said EHOs would replace new homes by about 1-to-1. Next. By contrast, the consultant had determined a 20% rise in teardowns with greater profits from EHOs. Next. But county staff pushed back. It's in the notes and said saying so could cause problems. Next. So the consultant deleted that fact from the report, but testified under oath they still believed it to be true. Sadly, there's a lot more of this in the appendix that will be available online. Next. All of this transcends EHO. We have multiple courts revealing multiple failings in county planning and practices, and EHO is the latest. It's one thing for the county not to do its work. It should give us all pause that the county essentially hid critical facts. EHO policy views aside, that can't be okay for anyone who cares about open and honest government. It needs to be a starting point for discussion by CivFed with the county. Otherwise, it's like a court finding the casino has been stacking the deck against you, but you just walk right back up to the table and ask to be dealt another hand. So how do we fix that to restore trust and move forward? Next. First, audit the true scope of the county's practices. Second, engage the public in that process. Third, clean up the poor practices and create a code of ethics. Fourth, plan right, do the hard work in an inclusive Arlington way. Thank you.